Alright, so I gave them a box. It's do or die. Again, I'm watching. If she starts trying to attack him again, I'll pull him instead of the box. This time. Or her. But I have not seen that. I haven't seen any feeding or anything, but he persists in flirting with her. So we'll see what happens. If she lays a bunch of blank eggs, I'll pull them, reset them again. Yeah, so I think I just put the box on yesterday, and she clearly likes it and finds it acceptable. But we're waiting for her to get the hormones together to say, you need to mate. We'll see what happens. She at least doesn't attack him, but I'm watching. These two, I put the nest box back on because I took nest boxes off of others and left it off for too long. So let me go into that. So I was looking at, this is my cloudy sky bird. That's what everybody calls him that sees him. He's Quartz. And this is Doherty. And Quartz is in here with Fournier, and Doherty's in here with Lemieux. So I pulled these two boxes because I wasn't seeing anything going on here. And then I saw, after like 2 days, I saw Fournier getting ready to make a nest in the corner, which tells me she's about to get ready to lay. And I had seen them doing kiss, kiss, love, love, so I put it back on again. And then Lemieux laid an egg in the corner. I have never seen these two birds even blink at each other. But she laid an egg in the corner, and here's the deal with eggs. As long as they have not been sat on long enough to start development, you can leave them sitting on a shelf, and they'll just sit there and wait. The embryo is waiting to be warmed up to body temperature for a significant period of time before it starts to develop. So this egg sat on the corner of the cage. So what I'm going to do is wait for her to lay her second egg and then give her her first one back again. Now, I put the nest box in, and she jumped right back into it, and I saw them breeding. But I still do not see love, love, kiss, kiss here. He's not pandering to her. He's not coming down to the opening of the box and feeding her. So it's very possible that she's breeding him, or he's breeding her because she's available, but he's not actually bonded to her. And that is a recipe for disaster. So I'm going to keep watching, but if I don't see a bond develop after she lays, if she lays some fertile eggs, I will pull him and let her raise them on her own. Because if you leave an unbonded male in a cage with a hen, he will start trying to destroy the eggs and kill the babies because he knows they're not his. At least he thinks they're not his because he's not his bonded mate. So I'm watching these two, looking for that. So why didn't I just take the egg out of the corner and put it right into the box? Because she would go look in that box and say, oh, somebody else laid an egg in here. My egg is over there. With hens, it's all about where they leave those eggs. So if I put it in there, she'd destroy it. But once she lays her the second egg in there, I can put the first one back in again and she won't mind. So we're watching to see what happens. This, on the other hand, is more what I expect to see. He's down there with his head in the box, talking to his girl. He'll feed her occasionally, that sort of thing. I have never seen that down here. So let's see what happens. We got a first egg out of Smoke and the doll. Other than that, a pretty little thing. We got a first egg out of these two a couple days ago. These two I am definitely seeing kisses, hugs, and loves. He sits in front of the box and talks to her. So I am convinced now that they have bonded, and I'm looking for some fertile eggs here. These two, oh, look at that. Kiss, kiss, love, love. That's Aura and Quinn. He finally looks like he won her over. Now if we could just get her to go in the box. Look at that. That's what I like to see. Kisses and hugs. So why these two together? Because she is very tall, and he has a big pooch. So I'm looking for babies that bring back the tall and the poof together. They have complementary traits, is what that's called. Fertility checks are coming soon. These guys are past their fertility checks. This is Bubby Jr. here. And his girl Sif passed her fertility check, and on Wednesday she gets a cull date, and then 4 days after that, we'll be looking for first chicks. And this is Halligan and Dubois. Do we have an egg yet, guys?
Nothing yet.
So, why do I put tapes with all these dates on here? Because what I found is if you open that box every day and mess with those eggs, a significant number of them will get cracked. So, your hatch rate will go way down. You'll end up with a lot of eggs that dry up. The cracks may not be real visible to you, but it just takes a little bit and the egg will fail. So what I do is I check them every day while I'm waiting for that first egg to drop. The minute it drops, I look up the hatch date on my hatch date calendar, which you can print off of the abs1.org website. And this works like this. I can go, if the egg was laid on, that's June, July 5th, through the next of October, which is July 23rd, is its hatch date. Really easy to use. So, the minute an egg is laid, I put down its hatch date, and 7 days later, I date for a fertility check. Then I do not look in that box unless the hen is out until this date. So she's out right now because she's not really sitting, but once a hen really gets to sitting, you're rarely going to catch her out of that box. And I look at it like this. I don't need to know how many eggs she has in there. I don't need to look at them for any reason at all. And if not looking at them means that she remains calm and confident of the security of her nest, and if not looking at them means that the eggs don't get cracked from being kicked around when I open the box and startle the hen, then it's all good. And sometimes you get hens who won't abandon the box, especially me because I have very tame birds. You get a hen that won't abandon the box, and it's always the tamest ones because they don't see me as a threat. They imagine I'm another bird. So they just stay on the eggs, and they'll, mess with me or bite me even for messing with them. And I don't want to create that kind of stress or that kind of relationship with my hen. So I stay out of these nest boxes, except on the days when the tape says it's time to look. And then I will scratch the side of the box so she hears me coming, open the top very slowly and push her out. And then I will take the box off of the cage, close the door so they don't disappear, and take it inside so they do not see me raiding their nest. Because these birds have a space in their head for the nest is being raided, and it creates this huge amount of stress for them. My nest isn't safe, it's being raided, the babies aren't safe, the stress and drama that you cause with that sort of thing is terrible for them. So what I do is I take the nest box off the cage because they don't really have a place in their brain for the nest just walked away. Because in Mother Nature, things stay where you put them unless they get raided. So I'll walk off with it. They never see me touch an egg or a baby. And then I put it back on a few minutes later. I'm talking 2 or 3 minutes later. And you'll see their look is like, oh, there it is. And then they go right back in again, and it's just the stress is much less. And stress is a big part of getting stress hormone. First of all, can be passed from parents to children. So a highly stressed parent can pass stress hormones in the egg to the baby and create a high, what do you call it? like a high stress baby or a highly reactive baby, and having those stress hormones coursing through their bodies prevents them from growing. So I'm all about reducing stress. So I want birds that are calm, cool, and relaxed around me. So yeah, so I will wait until next Thursday, and then I'll take this box off. It's just on there with a little, like, Christmas tree hook. Christmas tree lights hook. 2 of them, actually. One on this side. One on the other side, so it's very easy to lift off. Unclip the door so it closes, and take it in and candle the eggs. And bring it back within 2 or 3 minutes. And I give it back to them, and all the eggs are in there and in place, and low stress. So, are you going to be a daddy, Smoke? You going to be a daddy? I'm so happy for you. Yeah, I was really encouraged to see that. The first time I saw a little kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Oh, and there we go. Making more babies. Love that. A little cross tail. So she's in, and actually that second egg is due to come today. So I'm looking for it, and then I can put the first one back in again. Oh, look, see that? That is a bonded pair. He's going to come sit in front of the box. Kiss, kiss, love, love. Here, honey, I have some food for you. That's what I'm looking for, and I don't see that here. I never see these two. Oh, no, wait a minute. This is Doyle and Lake. Oh, by the way, Lake finally went in the box. But this is the one that I have not seen a lot of interest. He seems to be more interested in the neighbors still, But the neighbors, the male has been in the box forever, so... I mean, the female, so he's just playing with the male, So... Missy, you have to go sit in the box. Yes, you do. You have to go sit in there. Sitting in here isn't going to help. So this girl is in the box, but no eggs yet. So I have very few that really aren't in the box yet. Aura. Arquette and Murphy. These two are just getting started because I just gave her the box. And she's been away from the box for a long time. So we'll see what happens. She's definitely not running him off. And these two, we got our first egg finally. So with these two, I noticed, now I put a white paper plate in their cages when I feed them. And that serves 2 purposes. One, it saves me doing a ton of dishes every day because I have 20 cages in here. And 2, putting a white paper plate on the floor of a bird cage catches bird poop. And I get to see exactly what shape their poops are in. And these two, somebody has had watery green poops, which is an indication of like intestinal yeast or something. But I always thought it was the male. So then it finally dawned on me, she started sitting in that nest box over a week ago and still hadn't laid an egg. So I am giving them a treatment for intestinal yeast, and boom, 2 days into it, she finally laid an egg. I can't say 100% whether that correlation is direct, but they're both feeling better. They're getting a plate today, so I'll see how their poops are by the time I pull it out tomorrow. And hopefully things are moving forward here. I was worried about her because she had that egg going for a long time. But she finally laid it. It's a pretty little perfect egg. And I'm happy. And these two are just taking their damn time. This girl has been in that nest. I see all the signs of it in there. You see all of the grass and stuff. The shavings have been disturbed. So she is going in there. She's just not. She may even be sitting in there when I'm not here, and then she comes out when I'm here. That happens. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not worried about them anymore. I don't see these super aggressive violence, so I think they're going to be okay. So this stack over here is a slowpoke stack. No tape for being in the box, no tape for being in the box, no tape for being in the box. But everyone else, oh, and then Aura. So I have 4 pairs that still haven't gotten in the box yet, but 16 more that have either laid a first egg. Okay, wait. Let's be specific. 4 pairs that are not in the box. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs that are in the box, and that first egg is going to drop any minute. And that includes, well, it's a lot. And then I have 10 pairs that are on eggs, and the next step is to see if they're fertile. So that's the deal. Hi, Chalk. You got a nest box? Your girl is not beating you up. It's up to you now, man. He says, I'm working it. Hi, Hudson. How you doing? Tweedledee. Tweedledee, tweedledee. Murphy, our cat, come on. Okay. So I think things are going very well. I'm getting lots and lots of eggs, and hopefully we're going to have some happy news with fertility. I've only checked one nest so far. They were fertile, but one nest is really not an indicator. So we'll see how it goes.